Here we are. Hello. Hello, you guys. Stacy Lynn here. I am so excited to be here with you today. This is my first ever live podcast. And I am live in multiple places right now. So as you're tuning in, say hello wherever you're joining in from. And I am your beauty business mentor. And this is the start of something very, very special to me, you guys. Extremely, extremely exciting. I am I'm just elated to be here, first of all. So, thank you so much for tuning in to my very first podcast. And I just want to let you guys know, like, just kind of set the intention of what my podcasts are going to be like. One, they're going to be 30 minutes max. Like, I am never going to, well, okay. I'm going to say, I'm going to try to never, okay, go over a 30-minute time frame with you because I want you guys to have the time to listen to this either on your lunch break, on your way to work. Maybe if you're a walker like me in the morning, you can have that 30-minute walk and listen to the podcast. But I want to make sure that it's something of value to you in that 30-minute time frame. It might be less, but I promise you it will never go over. So you always have that time. And you can always expect, like, my intention with this podcast for you guys is to just be a real person for you. Okay. I am a real person. I have been in the beauty industry for 23 years. And I want to be here for you to be able to ask questions. I'm going to give you in the show notes. And then at the very end of this, I'll give you all the ways that you can contact me. I just want to be very real for you and let you know that I am here for you to be your mentor in the beauty industry. And I'm so excited to start this podcast. So if you're watching me live, just make sure you say hello, drop a comment. I will follow back up with you and say hello. But of course, thank you for watching me. So some of you might be thinking, like, who is this Stacy Lynn girl and what makes her think she could be the beauty business mentor? Well, let me just tell you why I feel like I can be your mentor is one, I've been in this industry for 23 years. Okay. So, this first podcast, we are going to get into some beauty things. I want you to know we are going to talk about things, what to post and what not to post on your social media. But I think it's important that each time we get together, you get to know a little bit about me and why I think I can be your mentor. So, with me being in the industry for 23 years, I've been through a lot. Okay. I have had trials and tribulations. I've opened salons, I've closed salons, I've sold salons. Um, and then just recently in 2020, I sold my very last salon and I still work behind the chair 3 days a week. And one of the things that I love about being behind the chair is the fact that I get to change people's day. I get to be their day maker. And that's a term that comes from a mentor of mine that we're going to go into lots of my mentors and what's framed me and like molded me throughout the years of me being in the beauty industry. So, definitely having over hundreds of people working for me. I've been a booth renter. I still am a booth renter. I was businesswoman of the year. I've won multiple awards, but that's not what's going to make me a great mentor for you. Why you're going to be interested and want to keep coming back to this podcast is because I'm going to give you real valuable information. And that information is always going to come from personal experiences and questions that you guys are asking me. So I do have topics for every single week. I do have guests that are going to be scheduled to come on, so that's going to be exciting. But I'm also going to ask you guys to ask me questions like, what do you want to know in the beauty industry that you need help with? Like, do you need help? Do you need help with what you need to file for your taxes? What you can claim and what you can't claim? Do you need help with hiring employees? Like, sometimes that's so freaking hard, you guys. Trust me, I know. I used to be in a position where I wanted to know every single person that worked for me. And at the time, I had 4 hair salons at one time, and I was hiring people that I actually interviewed every single one of them because I wanted to know who was working in my salons. And I wanted to make sure that the culture that I was creating was going to be upheld by the people that I was hiring in my salons. So these are things that I'm going to be, like in culture. How do you create a culture and how do you get rid of the bad apples? Oh my God, you guys, how many times have you had somebody in your salon and you're like, why do I keep her? Okay, we're going to have an episode about that. We literally are going to have episodes about everything that you can think of, plus I want you to know that I am here for you. And so if you have a question, I want you to make sure that you ask me it. You can send it to me on any of my platforms. I am on YouTube as the Beauty Biz Mentor. I am on Facebook as Stacy Coronado. You can also find me at I'm Stacy_Lynn on TikTok and Instagram. Okay. So those are all places that you can find me. Send me messages. If you are in the beauty industry, I do have a private Facebook group that I will be doing live weekly trainings in. So yes, we're going to record this podcast live every single week. But if you're in my Facebook group, drop group in wherever you're watching me, whatever platform you're watching, you can drop group and just go over to Facebook, Stacy Coronado, friend request me, send me a message, and I will make sure I get you added, because then you will get added into my weekly live trainings that I will do inside of that group. It's called the Beauty Business Mentor as well. So, okay, so a little bit about me. Every single time that we are together, I will we'll have a story about something that's happened. You will learn more about me, but I am a mom. Like I said, I've been in the beauty industry for 23 years. I have 3 amazing children. I have an amazing husband that's been supportive for me along the whole way. And I have been brought to record this podcast because over the years, I definitely, like over the last few years, so ever since the pandemic hit, like we all know that we all went through whatever when the pandemic hit, right? We all had issues. And so over the last couple of years after selling my last salon, I thought I have to give more. Like I have so much inside of me. Like I get full, you guys. Like my heart is so full whenever I can give to other people. And so I got asked, about I'm branding myself, about branding and what is something that you can talk about for 45 minutes? You guys, I can talk about the beauty industry for a really long time. I've been in this industry for such a long time that there are so many things that I bring value to for you. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go start looking for some podcasts. And I feel like there was just over the last couple of years, like there was a lot of podcasts. People were doing podcasts about the beauty industry, but they've kind of fallen off. And I'm not sure what that is or why that is, but I wanted to bring back a space for all of you guys, for all of people that have followed me, my old employees. Like people ask me all the time, like, Stacy, why are you not sharing your information? You have so much value to give. And you're right, I do. I have so much value to give. And so I'm excited to be here. Like I can't even tell you. We're going to learn so much about each other. We're going to learn so much. You guys are going to I cannot wait for this whole thing to unfold because I have so many things that I can't wait to tell you. But obviously, I can't tell you in all in one podcast. You're going to have to join in every single week. You have to tune in and make sure that you're listening. So let's jump into some actual training today, shall we? Like podcast number 1, it's on its way. So the things I'm going to talk to you about today are things that you should and should not post on social media. Okay, so let's just jump into it. So this is a really big topic, I have to say. People are constantly talking about what they should. I'm really thirsty. What they should and should not be posting on social media. And I'm going to give you guys some tips because as you're growing, so these are going to be really dedicated to people that are growing a clientele. Like you're trying to put people in your chair and you're trying to grow your business. So for that, some of the things that I want you to not post, I'm going to go through first. So make sure you hang out with me because I'm going to give you things to post at the very end. But one of the main things I want you to not post on your social media page, okay? And this is your page. I'm not talking about your stories. I'm talking about your page itself. Because when people are scrolling and they're looking for a new stylist, what they see on your page is what's either going to attract them to you or push them away from you and keep looking, right? So number 1 that I don't want you putting on your page is just products, like your pictures of your retail shelves. Do not post that on your wall because that is not you. That is your product that you use. Okay. So I see it a lot, but that is not going to gain you customers. If you are a branded salon, okay, let's say you are a branded salon. So my salons used to be Aveda salons and I had 4 of them. And so we would on the salon page, okay, this is different. from a personal stylist page that's trying to get clients in her chair. We were a co-branded salon. So we would post pictures of our retail product because we're an Aveda salon. We are bringing Aveda people in. They want to see that. But if you are an individual stylist and you are building a page and you are building clientele, they do not care what retail you have sitting on your shelf. Okay. And one, who knows how dusty it is? Like, gross. Like, how many times has that shelf been dusted in the last week? Because I'm here to tell you, sometimes I would walk into my salons and they would be so dusty and so dirty and so disheveled that I very nicely would ask somebody to please clean the shelves because it doesn't look like they've been done for a week. So do not post pictures of your retail shelves if you are an independent stylist trying to build a clientele. Another thing is, if you want people to come to you, do not post. This is one of my biggest things. Do not post a picture of you sitting in an empty salon saying, come see me, I have openings today. Nobody wants to see that you're not busy. Okay, so do not post pictures of an empty salon, an empty space, an empty suite, whatever it might be. Do not post it, because if somebody sees that you are just sitting there doing nothing, they're going to think, why would I want to go there? She's not even busy. She doesn't even have somebody in her salon. Like, it's a reverse psychology, you guys. You cannot be posting empty space. Don't do it. Okay, another thing that, so this is two things actually in one, is quotes and memes. Do not put those on your page. I know that people love to do Motivation Monday, Transformation Tuesdays, whatever it might be, but don't make it a quote or a meme. Put those things in your stories. Absolutely, perfectly fine. Put those things in your stories, but do not put them in or on your front page. Because when somebody comes to you, so just think about it from a consumer's view. When somebody's looking for a new stylist and they scroll and they're looking at your page and they see a motivational quote, what about that motivation is going to want to put them in your chair? Like, what's going to make them pick up the phone and say, Stacy, I saw your motivational quote on Monday. It was so amazing. I think you would do great at doing my hair. No, that's not going to be how it goes. They don't want to see those. And yes, motivational quotes are amazing and memes are so funny, but keep them in your story. Okay. Keep them in your story. And my stories, if you follow me on any of my platforms, you're going to see my daily life unfold every single day. Like, you will see every day that I go for a walk, that I do a plank that kills me every day. Oh my God, I hate doing it. But because I hate doing it, I force myself to do it, because it gets me in the right mindset for the day that I can accomplish hard things, because it's hard, you guys. In my story, but I'm not going to post that on my page. People aren't going to want to come to me because I do a plank. Okay. I do post other motivational reels that I see. I post it in my story. Post those kind of things in your stories. Just don't put them on your page. And do use your stories, you guys, for people to get to know you. I have so many new friends and followers because I share my life and my stories. I share my kids. My daughter, she is 18. She's amazing. She's like kicking ass at school, and she's a thrower, and she's 18. Did I already say that? I think I did. Like, how the hell did she grow up so fast? My oldest son, he's 23. I don't get to see him that often, but when I do, I can promise you that he's in my stories nonstop. And then my littlest guy, he's 8. You're going to see him the most if you follow me, because he's with me every single day. My older 2 don't live at home anymore. So people love to connect with you. So if you're sharing your daily life, and I know people are always like, well, I don't want them to see my messy house, or I don't want them to see blah, blah, blah. Who cares? If you are relatable, people are going to trust you and they're going to sit in your chair. Okay. Not everybody has a perfect freaking house. Not everybody my house is not perfect. Like right now, if you are looking in my desk is a mess sitting behind me. And here I am telling you guys what to do in the beauty industry. You don't have to be perfect all the time. That's what I want people to understand, is that if you are in your stories motivating and showing your daily life, that's great. But on your actual page, do not post the quotes and the memes. It's just not going to draw you closer to putting somebody in your actual chair. Okay. And then the very last thing, please, for the love of God, do not post a flyer on your page. Okay. That just has words on it. If it is a beautiful, attractive flyer and you're in it and you're doing hair, or it's an after picture and you have a sale or whatever it is, make sure your face is in it. Make sure that you are in it. Do not post a Canva or a WordPress or a Word graphic or whatever that's just a bunch of words. Do not post it, because people will not be attracted to words that just say sale or come sit in my chair or I have openings. It needs to be something that is attractive, and people want to see you doing work. They want to see your work. And so just please don't post those, because that's another thing that you want to make sure. Just know that when people see that, it's not going to attract them into your chair. It's going to they're going to keep scrolling, be like, oh, cool, she's having a sale. But what brought her, what makes people look further? So just remember those 5 things, okay? Don't post retail shelves. Don't post your empty space. Don't post memes and quotes, and don't post like Canvas, Word graphics, WordPresses, things like that with a lot of words on it. Okay, so we just spent, I don't know, the last 10 minutes talking about what we should not post on social media. So shall we talk about what we should be posting on social media? Because I think that's probably what's most important, is what are we supposed to be posting? Like, Stacy, you just took away my whole entire posting schedule by telling me not to post these things on my page. So now what am I supposed to post? That's what I'm going to hear. So let me tell you, there are 3 things that I believe, and there's probably more, but I'm just going to give you 3. There's 3 things that I believe that are going to attract people. And when they hit your page, they're going to be like, ooh, 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 look at this. Ooh, okay, let me call this girl. Like, yeah. These are the things that are going to attract them. So first, you need to make sure that 70 to 75% of your page is results. People want to see results. When you're scrolling, let's say you're looking for anything, okay? I mean, even food. I don't care what it is. Like, let's say you're looking for food and you go to a page, like you want to see the food done and ready and like delicious, and you're going to freaking eat it, right? You don't want to see it raw hamburger, and you want to see the finished product. So results are so important. Before and afters, so important. So when you're posting before and after, the biggest thing to remember is that you want to post the after picture and then scroll, and that's the before. Because you don't want to have somebody scroll to your page and see a bunch of before, and they're like, whoa, what is this girl got going on over here? Because this is not cute. Excuse me. You want to make sure that your results is always posted first, and get in the habit of taking before and after pictures, you guys, because I know for me, if you are trying to build a clientele and you're not taking before and let's say you forget to take a before pictures, who cares? Most people don't care about the before picture. They just want to see the results. They want to see the after. So make sure you're taking that after photo, even if you forgot to take the before photo, because then you can post that result and people are going to be like, ooh, that is beautiful. Look at that pink hair. I post a ton of extension content, you guys, on my page, because I do a lot of extensions, and that's what I want to focus in. I post 70 to 75% of what I want to do. I do everything, but I want to do extensions. I want to do keratin treatments. I like having the high dollar service tickets, okay? That's where I want to live. So that's what I spend most of my time posting. I do cuts and colors and men's and kids. I do all the things, but you're not going to see all of that on my page, because I want to attract the clientele that I want in my chair. Okay. So that's what you're going to see is 70, 75% of the clientele I want to attract of my results. Okay. The second thing that I want is you need to be posting product demos. Okay, so remember I told you don't post product like retail shelves on your page? But what I do want you to post is product demos. So you at the shampoo bowl, have somebody take a video of you like pumping the shampoo, showing how it lathers, maybe how it doesn't lather because there's no sulfates in it. using the product, blow drying with it. How much do you use? Put it in your hand and show them, this is how much I'm using in your hair. Okay, doing product demos. People love to see the product demos. And then the other thing they like to see is the service in progress. Time-lapse videos, you guys, are amazing. If they can see you do a service in 30 seconds and they get to see you add the foils, pull the foils out, do the toner, all this stuff, and it's like in a time-lapse video, they're like, oh, they're very intrigued. So service in progress is super, super important. So I time-lapse all the time. But again, I time-lapse the things that I want people sitting in my chair for. That is a huge thing to remember, because if I'm time-lapsing men's haircuts, I'm going to get more men's haircuts in my chair. If I'm time-lapsing women's full foils, I do not like to do full foils. I am not a full foil girl. I don't like them. I do them, but I'm not going to be putting that on my page, because I want people that want to have beautiful, like bright pieces around their face, extensions, smoothing treatments. I have super curly hair. Of course, I get a lot of curly haired clients, but I don't post a lot of curly hair on my page because it's not really the clientele I want to have. Am I great at curly hair? Absolutely. Do I want to specialize in curly hair? I mean, I'm pretty good at it. I guess I could, but that's not what I want in my chair, so I don't post the pictures of it. Does that make sense, you guys? Is that like hitting you? Like, is this giving you value? Like, you're like, oh my God, I need to change my whole social media now. I need to go back and redo everything. Like, Stacy just blew my freaking mind. Okay, well, some people are going to be thinking that's not right. I have clientele. I'm doing what I'm doing. Then that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But everything that I share with you is from my personal experience, what's made me successful, how I've been able to open multiple locations, how I became businesswoman of the year, and they're tried and true things that I still do today. Like, I'm never going to coach you and teach you and try to mentor you in something that I either one, haven't done myself, or I'm not still doing. So if you guys have questions, make sure you reach out to me in all the different platforms. I did tell you guys I will be asking you guys to send me questions, things that you want to know. I want this to be a very real podcast for you guys, very down to the earth. Making sure that I'm able to answer all of your questions all the time for you. So just to recap, 5 things you don't post on your social media is retail, your retail shelves, okay? Your empty space, no Canva and Word graphics, and no quotes and memes. Share that stuff in your stories. And then the things I want you posting is 70 to 75% results and the type of clientele you want to attract. That's the important part. Who do you want to attract and sit in your chair? Doing product demos and products in your service in progress. Those are the most important things. So if you guys got value out of this today, make sure that you go write me a 5-star review on the wherever you're watching from, especially on my podcast over here. If you guys got value out of this today, please go on and write a 5-star review. This is our number 1 podcast of many, many, many. And my goal is to become the number 1 beauty business podcast in 1 year. And you guys can help me get there by making 5-star reviews and sharing this out. If I got value, share it out and tag me. Tag me on Instagram or Facebook, wherever you're at. And then if you are on Instagram and TikTok, my handle is I'm Stacy_Lynn. Facebook, it's just Stacy Coronado. And then YouTube, it's the Beauty Biz Mentor. So wherever you're at, make sure you're tagging me. And then you guys, this was such an amazing day. I love every minute I get to spend educating and helping other people. So I really hope you enjoyed my podcast. I'm going to leave you guys every single time with the same message, and that is to go be somebody else's day maker today. You guys have a great day.